So, the best thing about life is the simple things. The simple little pleasures in life. Like, I'm just on a bench. It's spring almost in Canada, so it's above 0 Celsius, and I can hear water running. Right, so it's like a little small victory. Like, I don't think it freezes year round, but just say it did, and it thawed. Right, so just hearing water running, or seeing water, liquid water in Canada is a big thing in the wintertime, right? Remind you that spring is coming, right? So enjoy things that are legal, and then things that you wish were legal, then advocate legally to achieve such an end, right? Like Amsterdam and the Netherlands overall, like, they decriminalized and legalized many substances, and they haven't had any, they probably had prison closures, right? And whereas if you have privatized prisons, then you're not really focused on rehabilitation because they go out of business, right? So clearly addressing a situation in a pragmatic, diplomatic way to be able to achieve such an end, and do so judiciously, right? Like you know paint your the picture of your cause, right? Like just show different examples of different countries where it is legally, like in Canada, cannabis is legal, so it's employed over 140,000 jobs. Where in contrast, in the States, 40,000 people are incarcerated for marijuana, so they have to pay people to watch people that are smoking a legal substance in another part of the world, right? So why would you want to have to? Why would you want your taxpayers' money going towards marijuana, especially in the States when they legalize alcohol, and alcohol requires chemistry, fermentation, analyzers, rectifiers, right? Where it's cannabis, you plant a seed in the ground, and you just some sunshine and rain. Next thing you know, it grows into a plant that you could use, and it has medicinal characteristics, right? That's always the first process of legalization is the medicinal characteristics of cannabis, right? So, like, why wouldn't you want it to, even though it's legal for me in Canada, like, I want it to be legal throughout the world, right? Because I pretty much only want to travel to countries where cannabis is legal, because you know it's uh it's advantageous. It causes me to invent and come up with these profound thoughts, and it's a plant no different than corn to me, right? It's something that we've cultivated it for 12,000 years, right? It's like clearly it's benefited people enough that they've wanted it for 12,000 years. So why would you let the black market get the money rather than the government to be able to legalize it and decriminalize it, and make it safe for people, right? Like for those injection sites, they should be away from residential areas and more industrial areas where they're not, like, you wouldn't want them around kids or animals or what have you, right? So you'd want them in an industrial setting to be able to be less of a harm to society, and then to be able to be safe for themselves to the substance that became their vice or what have you, that they need to do this. And so if the government could do anything, right? The government could, like in Canada, the government could automatically say, like, cause, on our tobacco, for instance, they're like, every year a small city dies 45,000 people of tobacco related diseases. It's like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure tobacco leaf, which has nicotine in it, doesn't have arsenic. So how come you allow tobacco companies to put arsenic in a product that you allow to be sold to consumers? Right? They could clearly say, hey, if you want to sell tobacco in Canada, you have to eliminate all these carcinogens. A carcinogen is a cancer-causing agent, right? So why do they allow them to be in it for flavor? Like, I don't think there's really any flavor. There's staleness when you smoke tobacco, right? There's no flavor. Like, no, well, menthol, I guess, is light. Like, there is a slight flavor, I guess, for menthol. But if I smoke light or full flavor, it's not like, wow, like that tasted so much different. I have no taste. It just stimulated the nicotine craving, and it's how stale the tobacco was. Right? If you open up a fresh pack, it's good, but near the end of the pack, it becomes a little bit staler. Right? So how come Canada doesn't say, hey, you know, you need, in order to sell product like tobacco, say in 2027 or 2028, you have to change your ingredients. You have to change in order to be, on the shelf, right? They could easily do it, or food. It could be like, because I think any industry that causes problems in the healthcare industry, because like in Canada, we have free healthcare, but we pay high taxes for it, right? So these industries, 10% of their profit margin should be going towards offsetting the medical expenses that they incur. That could be proven, right? Because that would encourage them to innovate and not cause harm, right? And, smarter, not harder, right? And you heard it first from Myth Crisco, Christian Eric, Arnie Meyer.